Deep beneath the scorching sands of Egypt lies a mystery that has baffled historians for over 2,000 years. An enormous underground structure with thousands of chambers, a place described by ancient writers as greater than the pyramids. And yet, most people have never even heard of it. Was there really a lost labyrinth, a hidden city, buried under the desert? And if so, why has it remained forgotten for so long? Welcome to the story of the lost labyrinth of Egypt, a mystery soaked in sand, silence, and secrets. Our first real clue comes from none other than Herodotus, the legendary Greek historian often called the father of history. In 450 BCE, during his travels through ancient Egypt, Herodotus claimed to have witnessed something astonishing, something so vast, so complex, so awe-inspiring. It left even him, a seasoned traveler, utterly speechless. He described what he saw in vivid detail. It has 12 courts with gates facing one another, and it is filled with 3,000 rooms, half above ground, half underground. But it wasn't just the scale that stunned him. He went on to say that the underground portion was strictly off-limits to visitors. Egyptian priests told him these hidden chambers held something sacred, the tombs of ancient kings, and mummified crocodiles revered as living gods. And then came his most shocking claim, one that still echoes through history. It surpasses even the pyramids. Just think about that for a second. The pyramids, symbols of ancient Egypt's engineering genius, were less impressive to Herodotus than this mysterious underground maze. But he wasn't alone. Centuries later, other respected historians, like Strabo and Diodorus Siculus, also mentioned this labyrinth. They described a sprawling, stone-built complex near the Fayum oasis, in a region known today as Hawara. They all told the same story. A colossal monument, a dizzying maze of halls, pillars, and rooms, constructed with such precision and grandeur that it defied belief. But here's where the real mystery begins. If this so-called lost labyrinth of Egypt was truly that monumental, if it surpassed even the pyramids in splendor and size, then why does it barely exist in modern historical records? Why is there no mention of it in school textbooks? Why isn't it a world-famous tourist site? Where did it go? Could it have been destroyed, swallowed by the sands of time? Or was it hidden deliberately? Some believe that what lies beneath the ground near Hawara is more than just an archaeological site. They believe it could be a vault of forbidden knowledge, one so controversial that it was intentionally buried and forgotten. And as we dig deeper, the mystery only grows darker. In the late 1800s, the renowned British archaeologist Flinders Petrie set out on a mission to uncover the truth behind one of Egypt's oldest enigmas, the lost labyrinth described by Herodotus over 2,000 years earlier. His journey led him to the site of Hawara, just south of the Fayum oasis. Armed with little more than ancient texts and a passion for discovery, Petrie began excavating the windswept sands. It didn't take long before he stumbled upon something extraordinary. Beneath layers of sediment and rubble, his team uncovered colossal stone blocks, fragments of massive foundations, and shattered columns carved with fading hieroglyphs. These weren't just ruins. They were the remains of a vast and sophisticated structure. It was clear something monumental had once stood here, perhaps even the legendary labyrinth itself. But Petrie quickly ran into frustration. Much of the original structure had been lost, dismantled by later civilizations scavenging stone for new buildings, or swallowed by the ever-shifting desert over centuries. The deepest levels, the ones Herodotus claimed held the tombs of kings and sacred crocodiles, remained unreachable. Despite his best efforts, Petrie could only document what lay near the surface. He sketched, measured, and recorded everything he found, then moved on to other digs. The world barely noticed, and so the site was once again abandoned to time. The winds erasing footprints, the sands covering clues. But the desert never forgets, and what lies buried beneath Hawara may still be waiting for someone to return and finish what Petrie started. Over a century later, in 2008, a breakthrough. A Belgian-Egyptian expedition used ground-penetrating radar over the Hawara site. Their scans revealed something extraordinary beneath the surface, a vast, rectangular structure, over 300 meters wide and 600 meters long, buried deep under layers of sand and groundwater. Chambers, corridors, patterns, too regular to be natural, too massive to ignore. Had they rediscovered Herodotus's lost labyrinth? The team published their findings, but then silence. No follow-up excavation, no press coverage. The area was quietly closed to further research. Why? Some believe it's bureaucracy, that Egypt's strict antiquities laws simply stalled the project. But others suggest something more sinister. What if the labyrinth holds knowledge we weren't meant to find? Some researchers argue it could contain ancient texts lost to time, tombs of forgotten rulers, or even evidence of civilizations predating dynastic Egypt. And that's where the controversy heats up. Why did the results of the 2008 scans disappear from public discussion? Why was access restricted? And who gets to decide what the world is allowed to uncover? Imagine walking through a massive underground city, corridors lined with hieroglyphs no scholar has ever read, rooms sealed for thousands of years, tombs untouched, artifacts unknown. Herodotus spoke of chambers filled with history, maps, records, relics of Egypt's past, and perhaps humanity's forgotten beginnings. Could the lost labyrinth hold the real story of ancient Egypt? One that challenges everything we've been taught? Or is it just another myth, blown out of proportion by ancient imagination? You decide. In the end, the lost labyrinth of Egypt remains one of history's greatest enigmas. We have the writings, we have the scans, and yet, no conclusive answers. Buried beneath the sand, beneath politics, and perhaps beneath fear, is a secret still waiting to be uncovered. The question is, will we ever dig deep enough to find the truth? Or will the desert keep its silence forever? Subscribe if you believe the past still has secrets left to tell. Like, share, and comment below.